Hi and welcome. Today we're going to be working on Standard 5, which is about triangle congruence and similarity. Let's take a look at it. Standard 5. Students prove that triangles are congruent or similar, and they are able to use the concept in corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay, Standard 5, as you can see, is going to be problems 21, 22, and 23, right there, Standard 5. Okay, so let's look at problem 21. In the figure below, AC is congruent to DF, so let's mark that. And angle A is congruent to angle D, so let's mark that too. The question says, which additional information would be enough to prove the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF? Well, let's think about congruence. We can have side, 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 angle, angle, side, angle, side, angle, or hypotenuse, leg. Given that what we have is an angle and a side, it looks like we're either going to have angle, angle, side, angle, or maybe side, angle, side. So let's look what our choices are. It says AB is congruent to DE. Well, if AB was congruent to DE, would that give us side, angle, side? Side, angle, side? It looks like it would. So you know what? I think that's enough to prove that the triangles are congruent. Let's just take a look at a few of the others. AB is congruent to BC. Totally irrelevant. Not even talking about two different triangles. BC is congruent to EF. Here's BC. Here's EF. That would be angle side side, and angle side side, as we know, is no good. And last, BC to DE. Here's BC. Here's DE. They're not corresponding. So again, AB is congruent to DE. Why? Because it gives us side, angle, side congruence. And that's 21. 22. Given AB and CD intersect at point E, angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Alright, what we know is that these angles here have to be congruent because they're vertical angles. And then it tells us that 1 is congruent to 2. So, with those facts in place, we already know that we have two angles congruent. And it's asking us, can we prove that they are similar? It's very simple. Two angles congruent, angle, angle, they are similar. That's the end of the problem. Very easy. 23, a little harder. Given E is the midpoint of CD, and C is congruent to D. So let's see. C is congruent to D, and E is the midpoint. If it's the midpoint, it means it cuts this segment exactly in half, which means that this is going to be congruent to this. So this is known information. So on top of that, we have the 90-degree angle here, 90-degree angle here. So what we've got is angle, side, angle congruence. That means that these two triangles are congruent. So what must be true? Well, angle A is congruent to angle D. Let's see. Angle A is congruent to angle D. They are not corresponding, so that's not true. Angle B is congruent to angle C. Again, not corresponding, so not true. So those are not true answers. CE is congruent to BE. Again, not corresponding, so not true. Last, AC is congruent to BD. That seems to be true. What we've got there is corresponding parts. And remember, corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. C, P, C, T, C. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent. Therefore, D is our answer. And that's it for Standard 5. Thanks a lot.